We are at ICast 2026, and we're here to check out all the new rods, reels, and lures. Basically, everything that bass fishermen and women care about. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of ground to cover, so we got to get to it, Paul. And that is not the only thing that is dropping that is new. We have a couple of things going on our side of the channel as well. You can head over to our other YouTube channel, Outdoor Gear Nerds, or you could go to our new website, which has just launched and is now live. That is outdoorgearnerds.com. Over there, you can see every single product that we have reviewed. You get a video for every product. You can click a link and buy it, and that helps support us and also the folks that make the products that we are reviewing. Now, we are building out the content library, and that is going to continue to grow. So bookmark it. Check it out. To go over there and do that. Also, we have some new merch dropping. Check these things out right here.
Wow, look at it.
We were able to partner with a Shigan brand. They make some of the best apparel in the game, and they were kind enough to partner with us. Take two of our all-time favorite designs, refresh them, bring them to you under their brand with their quality, and make them available hopefully very soon, if not right now already when you see this video. So go check those out. Get one for yourself, get one for your mom, get one for your cousin, get one for your dog too while you're at it.
Sure, why not?
If you haven't been here before, I'm Jeff, this is Paul. We are the Aggressively Average Anglers, and we are going to very aggressively attack ICast now. So let's go look at rods, reels, lures, of course, holes. Over here at the Strike King booth, they got a whole bunch of new drops this year. Let's take a look at a few of them. All right, so you guys have already seen the tumbleweed. We got the tour grade tumbleweed, but now they've got a jig head that they're making specifically for this, like kind of a wide gap hook, football style head, nice line tie-in. So that's going to balance this thing out really well. I dig that. Looks like they softened the plastic up a little bit. Nice and plush there. Got a couple different sizes available for this now, which is pretty dang cool. Okay, but this is something I'm really stoked about. Got the Hustlin' Hog, the little downsized glide bait. You know, the Hog Father, it's pretty cool. Hear me out though, when you're in the Midwest, like this size, this is ideal for us. And really anywhere, so I can throw this slightly lighter tackle situation. Big fan of glides in that size, but I'm a bigger fan of glides in this size. We've got the Bitsy Glide. Look at this little sucker. Gosh dang, it is the size of my pinky, and got a trillion different colorways that you can go with on it. Even got a fire tiger. That's pretty wild to see. 10 bucks, not a bad price point. I think that puts you in a really competitive market there for sure. But I think this is where it's going to be at. We've got the Chucker. They got a couple different sizes here. It's the 7mm size. Comes in a 3-pack and a gosh dang tube. Look at that thing. We would annihilate BFS. Actually, I need this right now. This on BFS would be insane. Again, you can use that same tour grade jig head. They made it specifically for this purpose. That is so clean. And, oh, I knew it. I was wondering this. So this is a stretchy material, so that's going to be extremely durable on these. Bunch of different colorways. Looks like a bunch of different sizes. You saw the 7mm. They've got an 18 and a 24. Here's your 24mm size. If you're big into the urchins, it's a good solution right there. Looks like we got a new winged fluke as well. Those wings are pretty dang pronounced. What the heck? That's wild. So that's the Spotlight winged minnow. We got another prop style bait. So here's what they're calling the Patroller, $9.99 to $11.99. A couple different sizes on that. I think this would be a kick butt size for where we like to fish for sure. And then you've got the slightly upsized version of that if you want to get some bigger fish, get some bigger blow ups. Okay, this color is sick right here. That might be my favorite color. Now I'm a little bummed out they don't have one that I can get my hands on, but this is the 2-time spinner bait. This is one that came up on our live again as well. And what you'll see with this is actually a Colorado blade, and then it connects to a willow blade. So spinnerbait setup, that, as you can see here in the box, is going to be completely different from probably anything else you ever fished. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. We're going to find out. Zman is going crazy with the drops this year at ICast. So we're at the Zman booth. Always a great spot to drop by. They actually have a tank in the middle, if you can see that there, where you can see the action of the baits that they have. And we're going to go through the plastics and jigs that just came out. Let's take a look.
One of the biggest drops we're going to see from Zman, probably for a long time, is, as you all know, we have Elastec. It's a stretchy material. It's very durable, lasts a long time, super high value, has great action. Now it sinks. The previous version, Elastec, has always been floating. we now have sinking elastic. It's something we've been waiting for a long time because you've had to wait your Z-Man plastics up, they just float to the surface. No longer. Huge update, something we've asked for years. It's so cool to see it finally here, and it works and looks just like regular elastic. It's so cool. We also have a fluke that's made of the same sinking elastic material. So stretchy, durable, high value in a fluke. This is perfect for my late summer fishermen going under, skipping under that dock. We like to do it with a nose hook in the front. That is how you're going to catch a whole ton of fish. But now you can work it like a jerk bait. You don't have to use a weight at the front. You can use unweighted, and it's going to sink on its own. Super cool release from Zman. It's something, again, we've been asking for forever. It even comes in the Ned size. They're the full-size kingpin in that sinking Elastec version of the Elastec, and we have a Ned version too. So y'all, my Ned rig nerds, we got one for you as well.
Oh, don't worry. There is a copper truce color, and I'll be getting 20 of them.
And this is the Stuntman, and we actually have 2 sizes of these as well.
There's all those Stuntman colors as well. Always love the Z-Man colors. Good options there.
And this one is a little bit of a sleeper. We have the Octane Minnows. Now, you've seen us use their larger pre-rigged swim baits before. These Swag, these have the exact same style of tail, but we have these in an unrigged soft plastic in their Elastec. So it's super stretchy, it's super durable, but you get the benefit of that short tail in a much smaller profile. You get 3 sizes. 2.8 comes in a 6-pack, 3.3 inch comes in a 5-pack, and a 3.8 comes in a 5-pack as well. And all that for $7.99. I'll be honest, this is a sleeper. This is going to be a big fish catcher. Use your own jig, and then they have a saltwater pre-rig version as well. You cannot miss with these. I absolutely love that tail. It's been a home run for us since we got them. I'm very excited for that one.
They also dropped a ton of jigs and new bladed jig options. So we have here the Bare Bones Chatterbait in a couple different colors and sizes. Cool things about this, we have the weight printed on the bottom. You have some glitter options as well if you want a little extra sparkle effect. Then you're getting that perfected Z-Man Chatterbait blade. So that's going to be pretty cool. If you want to ditch the skirt, do something a little different profile wise, just go with the plastic. That's going to be a good option. We've got the PZ2 Chatterbait, a little different jig head design to that. Bunch of your favorite colors that you get in your standard chatterbaits. You've got really just the molded in bait keeper, no wire bait keeper on this one. So a little different setup, and you got a gaff of a hook with that 5/0 there. So another solid option. Bare Bones is gonna be $6.99. PZ2 is $7.99. We keep jumping over. Now we got the Evo HD. So some people have had an issue with the Evo series where the clip came off. Check this out. That is a one single piece of metal attachment there, and extra heavy duty attachment from the blade to the jig head. Now for your bait keeper here, you have the wire hooks kind of coming out there, as well as the molded in bait keeper on it. So pretty solid setup, wire tied, tons of amazing colors, like too many colors to be honest. There's so many options. We got a couple favorites in there for sure, but these are going to be a great update to the Evo series. I think a lot of people are going to like that. Price point on that HD is going to come in at $12.99. So somewhere between your old Evo price point, $9.99, and your Jackhammer price point, putting you right almost in the middle there. Then we got 2 that we're really excited for here. We have the Chattertail. So if you love your inline spinners, your rooster tails, your blue foxes, whatever, there's all sorts of options out there. And look at this thing. So you're getting the boo hair. It's going to fluff out and give you a really cool action. Bunch of different colorways, and look at the head of that. So it's actually attached versus normal inline spinners. That blade is going to rotate around. So this is going to give it a slightly different action. You are getting a smaller treble hook on there too. Dude, I'm pumped for that. Inline spinners are a cheat code no matter where you fish.
Multi-species monster.
And you know what else is a multi-species monster? These guys right here. So this is the updated Micro Finesse Chatterbait. This time, instead of coming with a standard plastisol bait, it is coming with an Elastec bait. So here, this is coming with the baby ballers, the Micro Finesse baby ballers. And it comes in all of those great colorways that you can see right there. I'm personally digging that. For sure, or just go straight white and you're gonna win. These are really cool. A couple different weights they're offering with this too, anywhere from 1/16 of an ounce, 1/8 to 3/16. It's $3.99. It will catch literally everything in the lake for you. Couple of big jig drops. So we have the Evo swim jig and the TRD finesse jig. I can tell you right now, pretty stoked about that. So take a look at this. We got our TRD finesse jig, gonna come in a couple different weights. And the weight is also printed on the jig head. You've got the molded in bait keeper with the extra wire, so that Elastec bait is not going to slide off of there. Finesse brush guard on there, wire tied skirt. And yeah, these look freaking cool. They're perfect for your TRDs, hence the name. So take your regular Ned TRDs, pop them on there, give it a different profile. Get bit, baby. Those are coming in at $5.99, quarter ounce to a half an ounce. So you can go a bit heavier in the deeper water and higher current situations. You got the Evo swim jig at a quarter ounce and 3/8 of an ounce. Take a look at that bad boy right there. Solid heckin' swim jig, heavy duty brush guard. Got that jig head design to pull through cover really well. Got that molded in plus wire bait keeper on the back for your Elastec. Throw any of your favorite Zman Elastec baits on the back and it's gonna work really well. Coming in at just $5.99. And lastly, I didn't even know this was coming. This was like a surprise drop. We've got the bullet weights. Now look at that. So we got 3/8 of an ounce on this one, but it comes in a bunch of different weights. Price points on these, $4.99 to $5.99. They're doing an alloy, so it's gonna be somewhere between like your lead style weights and your tungsten, but actually affordable because tungsten is becoming unobtainium. Weight is printed on there as well. And you've got weights anywhere from 1/8 of an ounce. Looks like the top is half an ounce. So wide range of options with that.
And that's what we got from Z-Man, a ton of drops, a ton of quality drops, and honestly stuff that's going to work super well from us. So
I'm stoked.
we'll be getting those in the end. We'll make some fishing videos for you, and then we'll have a whole bunch of fun because that's pretty much what we do with Z-Man. We're at one of our favorite booths every year, is the Kastking booth. They do a lot of things great here. It's the product, it's the price, but it's also the fun. So we're going to walk you through some reels, some new drops, some super, super cool stuff that they have going on. And then we got a super secret rod from one of our good buddies, Drew Gregory. So Jeff, reel us away.
So here is the big drop for the year. This just came out a day ago. This is the Kestrel Ultimates. We got the Kestrel SE, which is now the super budget version. Also comes in a really cool colorway. And then we have the Kestrel Elite, but now we've got the Ultimate. So the Ultimate is bringing you a lot of cool new features. It's ultra lightweight. So first up, we got the BFS reel. This is only 4.5 ounces. It's got the titanium spool shaft in there with the all magnesium alloy frame. So keeping it light, but also keeping it really strong. Carbon fiber handle looks super clean. Updated the knobs. They're actually one of my favorite ones. Super smooth, super grippy. Like those a lot. And we have the feather spool. This thing weighs 3.8 grams. So what that means for you is it's very easy to go from casting even as low as like a 1/32 ounce up to a little over a quarter ounce really easily, interchanging those lures out. This braking system is going to really help you with that. So all those magnets around the side, they fly out and they really control the speed of your spool as it speeds up on the cast, and then controls it really well when it goes to hit the water. The other cool thing you'll see on this is the Axis Eye line guide. So look how wide open that is. That's designed to reduce friction on your cast. So every ounce of energy you put into your cast stays within the cast and you get longer distances with that. So we have had a chance to play around with that line guide on the iReel in the past. That's been really good. We've been fishing with this reel for a couple of weeks. One of my favorite things about it is that you don't have to adjust the spool tension. In fact, you can't. You have to use like a quarter or a flathead screwdriver to do so. So all you do is adjust your magnetic braking system there and then control it with your thumb. That's it. And again, you can go from the ultralight lures to the heavier lures really easily without having to adjust anything. Now, this is not for everybody. I totally get that. It is at a price point of $299.99. That is a tough pill to swallow. And I'm not recommending that you have to go out and get this, but it is a pretty cool premium reel offering from Kastking. And it also goes to show, as with all of these products, that when you have your own factory, which everybody discounts Kastking for having, they forget that they have that. Daiwa has their own factory, Shimano has their own factory, so does Kastking. It means you can do really cool things. You can do whatever you want. Make super premium all the way down to very affordable, nice budget reels. Oh, and they have a spinning reel too. So this is, again, all magnesium frame. It's only 4.7 ounces. You got the carbon fiber drag system in there and a titanium main shaft with a one-piece ball on the side. Extremely light, also extremely tough and extremely smooth. It is a $300 spinning reel though, so I get it, not for everybody, but super cool to see that they're doing stuff like this. This is basically just Kastking showing off at this point. On the other end of the pricing spectrum, we have the Kestrel SE. Love the colorway on this. This thing's insane. A little purple, a little blue mixed in there, holographic design. I've been fishing with this for a while. I actually put my regular Kestrel, the $120 version, away. I only use this now. It's $100, but it is almost always on sale. You'll see sales here and there, comes in around $80 sometimes. So that makes it a stupid good deal. If you're looking for a solid BFS reel to start with, I'm going to recommend this right out the gate. You will be happy.
I went for catching bluegill, like 10-inch bluegill to 3-pound smallmouth within the same 10-minute span with this reel. The drag is very, very solid, and it casts whatever you need, however you need to cast it. This thing is actually awesome.
We got two other reels though that we want to show you here from Kastking for your standard size bait casting, not your BFS. Start out with the MGTI. So MGTI came out last year. We have been fishing with this for a long time. It's a lot of fun to fish with. Again, it's a super premium price point at that $299.99, but it'll handle anything. Our buddy Drew Gregory fishes with this all the time. It's his favorite reel from Kastking. So a lot of good things to say about it.
And one thing that's cool about this, I love an attached side plate. These are so much easier to get off, make adjustments, but also you're getting the titanium spool. And what's so cool about the titanium spool is unbelievably light, but also unbelievably strong. I flipped with this reel for weeks just to say, like, can it handle that kind of business? It absolutely can.
We've also got the magnesium frame and side plate, so it keeps this thing super light. It's coming in at a total weight of 5.1 ounces. That's for a full strength bait caster that'll do everything you need. Also has the oversized star drag on there. So if you're a one-handed spooler, you can totally do that. Solid reel overall, very impressed. Now, from there, we go to a slightly more reasonable price point for most people, which is going to be your ALTI. Now with the ALTI, you also get that attached side plate. You're going with the aluminum frame, so that's going to save you a bit of money. Puts it down to the $229 price point. You get the titanium spool still though. So one of the biggest upgrades on the MGTI was that you still get it with the ALTI. So they passed it down, a little trickle down effect for you. Braking systems on these is pretty phenomenal. You've got the Halo Vortex right there. And yeah, this will handle everything. The ALTI personally is my favorite reel from Kastking. I have this on multiple setups. I use it every trip I go out. So big fan, easy to recommend to anybody. And I personally was not a big fan of the oversized star drag on the MGTI. That's just me. This is more my style, standard star drag on there. Easy to adjust, very comfortable in hand, and it just heckin' works.
I feel like Kastking was just showing off the MGTI, trying to see, hey, what tech works, what doesn't. And then when they dropped the ALTI, I was like, they fixed the price point, they fixed the star drag, and everything worked exactly as expected out of the box. It is rock solid. It's crazy light. I just think, like, this, when we're talking about, like, hey, what can compete with a Shimano, what can compete with a Daiwa, this is it. This is their ability to do that. They bring premium materials, unique design, reasonable price point for a quality reel. You can watch in any of our fishing videos, like, that is my go-to reel right now, period, the end, just because it's so light, but it does everything.
For everybody who's like, stop showing me the expensive stuff, here you go. This is a $60 combo. That's right. That is not the reel or the rod separately. That's the combo. This is the Centron. I'm going to go with Glevo. Nobody told me how to say it, but I'm looking at it now. IM6 graphite. $60 for a combo that looks this good is kind of stupid silly. And I think if anybody's looking just for a good budget option, this could be that for you. Feels very comfortable in hand and actually balanced pretty dang well. You're also looking at two-piece construction, so you can break it down, throw it in your truck, go hit the spot, have some fun. Got another killer combo here for you guys. This is the Zephyr Champion combo, 120 bucks. We have used the Zephyr combos in the past. They are phenomenal in terms of a budget offering. So you're looking for something that works well and it is fairly affordable, about 120 bucks for that combo, and looks gosh dang good. That might be it.
They've also got a couple other ones here. They've got the Royal Legend Crest and they have the Brutus.
50 bucks for the Brutus.
50 bucks. That is insane.
And then this Royal Legend Crest coming in at 120 bucks. That's ridiculous. So Royal Legend series has always been awesome. You've got a really cool look to this as well. IM7 graphite on that rod, so it's not a throwaway rod on the combo. That's cool to see, and at a decent price point for most folks.
Now this is a custom rod designed. It's called the DG Power Vera series, designed with Drew Gregory. So Drew Gregory's been doing this for a long time, working with companies to design super innovative, really cool products. This one for him from Kastking is really, really unique. Drew is a power fisherman, one of the best to do it out of a kayak for sure. And this rod and reel really showcases his style of fishing and a rod that does that in an extremely unique way. And then we got Drew here, who just showed up with us to tell us about the rod. So Drew, tell us about your rod, buddy.
Fancy me standing here by a rod that I designed to talk about it. Well, so the rod is pretty unique. The first thing you'll notice is sort of this double trigger on the back, a double Rhino. if you will. And it's the DG Power. So what that kind of is basically like I'm known for fast fishing, power fishing. Can you imagine me and my personality soaking a Ned rig? No way, dude. I'm power fishing all the way. So I'm chunking, I'm winding, chunking, winding fast with a lot of backbone to really lay into fish with a single hook bait, chatterbait, spinnerbait, buzzbait, you know, topper style baits, frogs, line through swim baits, stuff like that, man. The stuff that catches fish and it's fun. So that's what I'm doing, you know, going high down the bank, ripping cast fast as possible. This extra double trigger here gives you so many different ways to control it and hold it. And not just for a better hook set and more control on that, but for the cast. You can backhand cast like a pro with this because you're locked in on this trigger when you flick it backhanded. I'm telling you, you're deadly accurate no matter which way you want to cast. Because that double trigger, you can move 2 fingers way up here so you can put a finger on the line when you're feeling a jig, you know, dragging a jig or worm or whatever. So it's still good for those kind of techniques as well. Oversized EVA foam grip and the flat spot 4-way fingerprint here to show you. You can put your finger there too, which is nice for any like twitching baits, you know what I mean? Like a spook and stuff like that. Anything you need to twitch and jerk real hard, you can just put your finger flat right there. On the bottom, you got a cap that pops off here and you got the magnet we licensed from Yak Rods, their technology. Check it out over here. 16-pound magnet, so you need a freehand in your kayak or the deck of your bass boat or flats boat. You know, just pop it down there, boom. You don't need a tubular style rod holder anymore on your black pack or whatever. You don't need that space taken up because you just need a little teeny thing and just pop it. There you go. So that's pretty sweet. And I'm actually gonna put them vertical, like say on the shoalie, pulling down rapids. I'm gonna put them on the wall, vertical, just pop them in between my legs on that vertical wall. If you go down a rapid, if you flip over, all your rods, you flip your kayak back over, they're all right there. They're not going anywhere.
Talk about the two-piece design.
The two-piece design's wild, man. Here, it's actually,
give me that.
I can show you. Two-piece design's cool because most people were kind of told, oh, two-piece rods are somehow or some reason inferior. It's not true at all. This is stronger, more durable than a one-piece rod because one-piece rods you get light and they're very fragile and brittle. Yeah, they might be a little bit more sensitive, but again, this is a power fishing rod. When was the last time you didn't know you had to bite on a spinnerbait or a chatterbait or a buzzbait? Like, were you ever confused?
Figure it out.
Yeah, I think you kind of know, like, it gets ripped out of your hand. So we made it two-piece, and that translates down to you in the retail price because shipping costs are a lot. Like the FedEx and UPS guys will win with one-piece rods, but we don't need a one-piece rod with a power fishing, and it's not really hardly any heavier at all than a one-piece rod. That'd be the only thing you could say, but it's more durable, which is what matters. Your boat flipping fish in or your high stick, it's not gonna break as easily as a one-piece rod would. But yeah, you can wiggle it, and maybe if I can get it here, usually but there you go, you pop it off, and that it should be hard, you know, obviously to get off.
You don't want it to be easy to get off.
So it's got a nice long ferrule, slide this on, it's a lock and pin system. This is wild, but if you guys can use your little imagination here, it's not supposed to touch, right? It's supposed to stay like that because over time, it will continue to wear out a little bit and get tighter and tighter and tighter. But here's what's cool, that little pin right there, when there's flex on this top half, it's actually harder to get off when there's under load pressure than right now when there's no load. So when you're fighting a fish, it's never gonna come off. And then it's always gonna line your guides up properly. So that's unique. The light color helps you see it underwater if you drop it. And for me and us personally, you're filming with GoPros a lot. It looks really cool with the dark background forest behind you. You get that doubled over, like light color rod. So between all these features on this thing, $139. If this was a one-piece rod, it would be upwards of $200, $220.
Totally insane to see this, and these are things that we've been asking for. We use two-piece rods all the time for things like travel. It's a lot harder to break a two-piece rod when you have it broken down and you're in transit. If you want to bring more rods with you, it's a great way to do it. Having this right here gives you such a feeling of security. It is honestly just a genius idea to really give you the confidence to have that two-piece rod. And look, if it's good enough for Drew Gregory, literally one of the best kayak fishing tournament anglers out there, it's got to be good enough for you. And titanium guides.
Titanium, that's what I'm gonna say. We didn't even mention that you have titanium guides, and this is aluminum, the connector is aluminum, so it's saltwater rated. This is a saltwater rated rod. And last thing, I know we're going long here, this is a lot. Last thing, guys, this is a spinning rod version. It's still for power fishing, so you have a nice thick oversized grip. You can put, instead of having the uncomfortable position where your hands are in between here and your fingers are hurting with that callus, you know, you're fighting fish, go above like this, and it's super comfortable. And it's got backbone on a spinning rod to be able to horse. Let's say you're skipping a chatterbait or a jig. Most of us, even the pros, can't skip a chatterbait perfectly with a bait caster every time to horse a fish out from under a dock or some thick brush, right?
Yeah.
So you can skip it as hard as you want with the spinning rod, but with the backbone and the power and this super powerful grip right here, control, right? To be able to horse a fish out from underneath cover, even if it's like 8-10 pound bass.
Well, you
with a
skip
spinning
under
rod.
you skip under a dock. I want to be able to have a spinning rod, but I need some horsepower to get them out of the grass or something.
Exactly. 30 pound, 20, 30 pound braid, put it on a spinning rod, swing it under there and go.
We gotta talk about this right now. This is my favorite configuration for a reel seat because how do you hold a spinning rod like this? I don't know why they're locked down from the top. It makes no sense. I want sensitivity
comes
here.
up.
This is also like a really unique material. This is like, it has a lot of density to it. So it's comfortable, but at the same time you get that sensitivity transmission, which is great. Look at the locking nut. Oh my gosh. Dude, that is sheer perfection.
It's solid.
Looks good. Amazing price point. We use the regular Varus, it works great. Having the Drew Gregory version with all these improvements, must have. And by the way, I will take this rod, I'll take it to my cabin, and I will go catch catfish with this. And I will show you what a 2-piece rod can do any day.
4 lengths in casting and 2 in spinning. 6'8" in casting, 7'1", 7'3", 7'6", 6'8", and 7'1" in spinning. We've talked about this a long time, so there's a lot to it. Hopefully you guys stuck with us. Cool rod, go check it out. DG Power from Kastking.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, guys.
All right, that's it for Kastking. Again, tons of budget options, but then honestly, them just showing off a super premium and then bringing you everything in between. A lot of the stuff is our go-to because it just freaking works, and they make stuff that's at a price point that you can afford that will last you. That is super important. So kudos to them, but we're gonna go get to the next one. Let's go.
We got a huge drop from a brand that I didn't know anything about, and that is Rhino. We got the gigantic Rhino face right here, but they made a big splash here at ICast. They actually ended up for this combo right here winning Best Rod and Reel Combination. They even won Best in Show, which is kind of insane. So take a look at this guy right here. You have an $80 combo, $79.99 for the combination. Yes, you get the reel and the rod. And what they're touting here is the durability. So with the Rhino, I'll let you see the logo as it's meant to be seen. Check that bad boy out right there. You got the Rhino skin. Obviously, Rhino's super tough, but I think what's really cool here is this PVD covering. It is very comfortable. It's not super chunky. Definitely gonna feel good when wet, and actually looks heckin' good. And this is actually a Zebco revival. They're resurrecting this one from the grave. And what I like about this is if you're familiar with your ugly stick, with the ugly stick at the carbon fiber tip, yeah, it works really good, but it's also very, very soft. So it's hard to get like a hard hook set. This is not going to feel like that. It's going to feel like a standard rod and reel combo. You're gonna get that actual fast action. And when you're getting it for $50 for the rod and $80 for the combo. Huge drop at ICast for this brand. Huge win for this brand here at ICast. Honestly, huge win for us. We talk about all the time. I want to see budget. They bring you budget. They make it look good. If it gets people into fishing, keeps people fishing, and actually holds up like a rhinoceros, I think you'd be pretty freaking happy with that. We are at the Lews booth, and we've got a nice drop here Jeff's holding in his hands right now.
Look at this. This is going to be huge for you guys looking for a high value combo. This is the new Accel DB. It's a digital braking system reel. Here's what you're not going to believe. The price point. $150 for the reel, $180 for the combo. Nobody is doing a digital braking system combo. I can tell you that right now for free. Also, nobody is really doing a digital braking system reel at this price point. So $150 built on the Accel platform. It is a graphite frame, graphite side plate. You have to know that up front, but you are getting a lot for what you're paying here. So here's the big piece right there. That's the tech. That is your digital braking system. Now, there's not a huge difference between all these digital braking reels out there. There's definitely a difference in the price point, depending on how they're building the reel itself. This has an IPX rating. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but they are sealing that digital braking chip pretty well. And on this side plate, you can see a lot of adjustments here. So yeah, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, but in between, you've got a lot of finesse that you can pull off too. So you can really dial this into your liking. And I think at that price point, it is really hard to argue against something like this. It feels really good in hand. It's not too chunky. We've had like the SLX DC in the past. This one feels a little more comfortable than the SLX DC did to me personally. Great handle on this, great knobs, feels really smooth. And I know this is important to a lot of people. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people. You get that zzz sound with this one as well. We just confirmed it with the team here at Lews. So pretty cool little combo. I think we'll pick one up for sure. We'll put it to the test for you guys.
We are here at the SheFish booth, and they have a big floor plan, and there's a really good reason for that. When you go fishing and you hit the ramp, what do you see? All dudes. What do we want to see? Dudes and women. That would be awesome. Our market is always as still growing. It could grow a heck of a lot faster if we included the other half of our population. You got a wife, you got a girlfriend, you got a mom, you got a sister, whatever. You want to have the women in your life come with you and enjoy your favorite hobby and pastime with you. How is that going to hurt? You got more time to fish. SheFish is doing something. They are marketing fishing gear specifically for women anglers. They're giving them exactly what they want to keep them interested in it. And what I'm happy about is that they're doing it at a good price point. So yes, you get the design, but they are making a quality product. But this is the biggest thing. They're making it affordable. This is entry level. We are trying to get women involved in the sport. Again, that only helps all of us. I love what they're doing. It's not for you. I get that, but it is for somebody. So let's come check out some of the different models. You got rods and reels, all the marketing designed to meet a woman for what she wants to actually see out on the water and have for herself. You have spin casting options, you have bait casting options, you have spinning reels, you got the lighter colors, you got the white and silver over there, you've got the black and cheetah print, you've got the pink and cheetah print. Really it is pick whatever the heck you want. And I like that they're actually coming in the accessories as well. So they've got bags, hip packs, and they're starting to do apparel. And yes, if somebody wants a black, a silver, a gray, a whatever color, they can go get that anywhere else on the market. This is offering something different and unique, which is why we are seeing it here at ICast. Good on SheFish. I feel like they're doing something that's really important, which is incorporating, again, a whole 50% extra of the population that is not getting marketed to. So good for them, which is ultimately good for us. Now, Pradco is dropping a ton of new product right now. We've actually fished almost all of this already and caught fish on almost all of it already. Let's start off with the largest bait, maybe second largest bait in the lineup here. We've got the Sonar Flash Spoon from War Eagle. So the big difference here is you can see there are two willow blades on either side of this spoon. It's got a really, really nice set of hardware too on it. You can see this barrel swivel. It's so quiet, but it's also heavy duty. You're gonna have monster line on here. You're gonna do mono or fluoro. You're gonna scissor up and then it actually scissors back. So you can work this in the strike zone for a heckin' long time. I have tested this, and what I really liked about this, I was able to keep it just off the grass. The sensitivity was really good, really fun to fish, and I really like the size. Cold water monster for me for sure. Next up, we've got the Spook Stick Crawler. Really low, slim profile, but you can see that coffin-shaped lip there at the front. This one we are still figuring out. What we should expect to see is a shutter up and then a shutter back down. The same way you're gonna run this spoon, you're gonna be able to keep this in the strike zone for a heckin' long time, but get tons of action, because as you go up, you go forward, and as you shutter, you go back down backwards. Grab the same color in the Spook Stick. This one is really interesting. We are still figuring this one out too. One tip I can give you, yes, it's gonna walk on top, yes, it's gonna float, and yes, it's gonna cast a mile. You're gonna wanna get that maybe 6-8 pound floor or mono on this one. And what I wanna see is quick walking action. Keep working it. But right when you pause it, it's gonna sink down. That treble hook's gonna go down in the water so that when a fish hits it, first thing they come in contact with is the hook. We have loved the Bandit series for a long time, and we have a new 4-foot diving 50 series. So you get your not quite micro, but definitely finesse size Bandit. You're getting the Bandit durability. You're getting some awesome new colors. Check this craw color out. For us, this green, red, clear combo is deadly in the spring and fall. But yeah, legendary durability, legendary action from Bandit in a 50 series. And they do have a couple of different running depths. So they have a deep and a standard depth for a whole bunch of their different sizes. Now, you have seen us use the Rebel Live Flex in the past. We've got a new Hellgramite, but we also have the Rebel Tadpole. This thing looks super funky, but I'm here to tell you it super catches fish. We had one of our most difficult summer fishing days, and we took the pre-rigged with the keg head on it, and we were able to make this thing catch. It was not hard. You get this thing wet, it is going to get bit. One of my favorite things about the Rebel Live Flex is the Live Flex. It's super stretchy, which means it's super durable, which means, as always with Rebel, you're getting the most for your dollar. The size of this is really cool though. The appendages, they go absolutely crazy in the water, and this size is the perfect size of, you know what, that's a big chunk of meat, but it's also easy for a bass to grab. This one's gonna get bit for you every single time. Got two new drops from Yum, and this one right here is the Mother Bug, 4.25 inches. It is kind of a finessey sleeper flipping bait. I like this on a 3-aught. I think you can go as big as 4-aught. I think 3-aught is gonna be your prime size for hook on this one. Use a flipping hook. You got the craws there with the flange that gives you all the action. The color selection is wild. This is their ghillie suit, close to tilapia magic, but a little bit of a variance there. Great texture on the bait is gonna give you lots of action and bubble trail on the way down. And what I really like is, even though it's finessey, they give you a whole bunch of extra material here at the back for the hook to be hidden. This one is super cool. For my Nico rigging guys out there, we have the new Gadget Worm. Now they have a 6.5 inch, which is what I have here, but they also have a 5 inch. Now this is their Morning Dawn color, really, really cool color, but dude, they come in absolutely absolutely everything that Yum has to offer, and the color lineup at Yum is wild work. Got a bulbous tail here, and then you got a little tickle tail. This is a finesse bait. Every single thing counts, and so they're trying to give you as much action as possible. Why do they call it the gadget worm? They call it the gadget worm because you got a lot of different rigging options. You can work your way, use the entire 6.5-inch worm, or you can break into segments as you go. But if you also want to rig different locations for a hook, you can put a Nico band here, run your hook through it, and then you also have a thicker area here for your weight. So your weight at the bottom, hook where you want it, and you can hop this thing along the bottom and get that Nico rigging magic happening. This was the secret launch from Booyah that I didn't even know was happening. We have the Speedwalker. Also, great packaging. They have it in a 3-inch, a 4-inch, and a 5-inch. They've got some really, really cool colors. Now, what makes this unique? You can see that willow blade there at the belly. This is a top water walking bait with a crazy fast moving action. Love the 3 different sizes. Dude, look at the hook progression. Boom. A little bigger. Dude, the 5-inch has an absolute monster set on it, and you get 2 different colors. Every single color has a different set of either blade color combination. You can see the gold blade in this copper shad color right here, which actually, this is one of my favorites. This is one I actually grabbed for myself. The clown color, the bright chartreuse, you're not gonna lose that one in the water, but you can see that it's clear. And the reason you have that is because you wanna make the most of the light hitting that belly blade. Then you have your solid color. This 5-inch also comes in a bone color. And again, you're getting that fast moving action, quality hooks, and the big blade at the bottom to reflect all that light. Flashpoint series has been really great for us on the jerkbait side, and I expect this to be no difference whatsoever.
We are at the Great Lakes finesse side of the Pradco booth now, and there's one huge drop, but one thing I want to also call out, if you guys remember at the Classic, we got a chance to check out the Stay Pinned Spy Bait. Now, this is an all year round bait. A lot of guys get kind of confused on this. They think it's a cold water bait only. We are catching currently in the summer, morning, noon, night. It does not matter when you throw it. It's a lazy man's bait. It's so easy to run. Literally bomb cast it out there, retrieve it. That's it. Run this thing shallow over grass and you're gonna have a great freaking time. Also, crazy thing about that, it is outselling Duo Realis right now on Tackle Warehouse. That's insane. So obviously it works and it's working great for people. I wanted to call that out too. But here's the new drop. We have a skirted finesse Ned jig. So they took their Great Lakes finesse, fantastic Ned jig. We've been using it for a while now. A couple cool things about this. You got the traction on top that can catch on bottom, helps you get that stand-up position, but also there's a little flattened side there, allowing this thing to kind of tip up and move. So you get a little more lifelike action out of your baits. Now, they've also improved it over the years. They added this heat shrink tubing to all of their hooks on pretty much all their terminal. That helps keep that molded in bait keeper in place so it doesn't get loose at all. It's a rock solid setup. Hand tied skirts on all of these. It's just the right amount of skirt material. Very finessey skirt on this, but gives you a really nice action on the bottom. Also, one of the best hooks in the game. They always use Gamakatsu, super sharp, and it's the right size for your finesse applications. Now, check this out rigged. This pairs up really well with your standard Great Lakes finesse baits. You take your drop kick shad, for example, you can swim this thing really well. We were talking to Dan Miguel. You guys have probably seen him on our podcast 4 or 5 times, and that's because the guy just knows his stuff. He is out there catching massive smallmouth. He's winning tournaments. He knows what he's talking about. And look at the combos here. So he's paired these up perfectly with the colors that he's dropping in the drop kick shad. These 2 colors right here, it specifically are slept on. He actually keeps them in the lineup just for himself, and not enough people are getting them. So you guys should check this out. They're obviously working for him. They'll work for you as well. It also pairs up perfectly with your drop minnow, and you can get good color combos. This is your perch color from the drop minnow, which just released back at the Classic, and it pairs up really well with the green pumpkin and orange skirt. But of course, probably what we're going to use the most would be your snack craw combo. So we're going to throw this on there. Green pumpkin and green pumpkin is always a good combo, but green pumpkin, orange, even better. So I love throwing that around. And oh wait, something I didn't think about until I got here, but throw the flat cat on there from Great Lakes Finesse. And that is kind of the perfect Ned rig bait. And I love that they have a PBJ color with this skirted jig as well. We're gonna pick up a ton of these. We're gonna fish it a lot more and show you guys how effective it really is. One last combo to throw at you is really the obvious one. That is the Ned bug there paired up with a skirted jig. So of course, you wanna throw a Ned, you throw a Ned bug, you're gonna get subtle action on that. Just let it sit, dead stick it, you're gonna catch some fish. At the end of the day, the devil's in the details with Great Lakes Finesse. Yes, it is kind of a premium product. It is at the higher end of all the Pradco brands, but we've been fishing it for a long time. These baits are super tough. They hold up to multiple bites. They'll hold up all day. I have the same snack craw. It's got like a black eye, a broken arm, and all that stuff. You lose a claw here and there, but they keep catching. It is the bait that keeps on going, and we believe in them wholeheartedly because they put fish in the boat, and you should check them out. At the Shimano booth, we're going to look at reels in just a second, but first we had to stop by and look at some of their swim baits and jerk baits. You guys have seen the Gravitator 220 SS. We've seen this before. This thing is super cool. Got lots of colors that are going to definitely work for y'all. It is a solid Kekin glide bait. Is the one that expands on the cast as well, and if you give it that hard kind of chop action to it. You've also seen the BT bait. This is one of our favorite BFS swim baits. This one specifically right there in that bluegill flashy color is great for bed fishing. We've had a blast with it. Now right in the middle here, this Facer 85 SF. I have not used this before. It's got a couple of different options: no lip, shallow lip, deep diving lip, all sorts of stuff. That thing looks really cool. We're gonna have to get our hands on it. What's cool and different about this is you have this tail that you can set up in a vertical position or a horizontal position. So a couple different tail options there, a couple different tail colors too. So you can really customize this to fit your needs and the needs of the day. I love the kind of middle of the road size too. I can throw this on some lighter gear and the multi-jointed action that you're gonna get out of this. We're definitely gonna have to get our hands on this one and go fish a little bit around with it. Another big drop for them this year is the Zoom Verno. So we got a couple different variations of this setup. You can see a couple different sizes and options here. So they have the flash boost option, which is a little holographic panel in there that's constantly moving, giving off crazy flashing action. They also have some without that too. You got your shallow diver, your deep diver, your suspending options, your matte finish on a lot of these too. So this is a super clean, awesome looking jerk bait. Again, we are Midwest fishermen. We fish jerkbaits all the time. We fish the Megabass Vision 110 a lot. We're gonna have to try this one out and see how it compares, because it is at a comparable price point, around $23.99.
Now, one of my favorite reels for the longest time has been the Miraval. I feel like it's been slept on for a long time. Last year, we saw the Noski get a bunch of updates. You saw the Infinity, you saw the Anti-Twist, which I thought was really, really cool. Now we get the same updates here on the Miraval. So you get everything that you get with the Noski, but with a full carbon body. Starts at $150. Honestly, these days, I think for a premium reel with a carbon body and all the trickle-down technology that Shimano has to offer, I think is definitely worth a look. I have loved my version of the Miraval, and this one just got even better. This one I personally really want to test out. One of our favorite reels of all time has always been the Corrado. So we have a couple of big updates for the Corrado DC this year. This one actually won Best Freshwater Reel, and not surprising, it's on one of the best platforms ever, the Corrado. So what are you getting that's different? One, you get the updated spool. This is the MGL3 spool, so big update there. This is crazy though. Look at the adjustment difference. Used to have the wheel, it was hard to turn. This gives you 4 adjustments, but it's so much cleaner and easier to execute. I absolutely love that. And you're getting the DC4 chip, so you get an even better chip from Shimano in this one. $315 is the price point. That hurts a little bit. It's 2026. Everything's $1 billion. But I can tell you right now, of all of the updates from Shimano, this is probably one of the best ones. This should hold up for a heckin' long time because, let's be honest, the Corrado is an absolute tank and always has been.
We are at the GSM Outdoors booth. This is a big umbrella group of brands that you know and love. We're starting out with Yamamoto baits. So they've added fuzzy versions to everything. We got the fuzzy Senko. We've got the fuzzy Yama Tanuki. If you guys haven't seen these, adds a little different action to some of the baits that we love fishing, because you know what? They just straight up put fish in the boat. Now, if we zoom in over here, one of their big ones is gonna be that uni moss. So you get that stretchy material on your uni. You've now got like more of the bulbous tips to the ends of that. A couple different sizes with this. You got the 20 mil, you have the 24 mil, and then down here, this is the one you already knew about. That's the uni. You can see how it's a much smaller size. Uni moss gives you a different presentation. If you're hunting those bigger fish, it's gonna be the better option for you for sure. That black one on the end, that's my go-to. I love that uni, but uni moss we're gonna have to pick up some of.
So this actually was what caught our eye when we walked by. This is the Trick Herring. This is crazy light. I didn't know this was a thing. I'm just hearing about it and seeing it for the first time. You've got an, normally you would have a contact point right here with the bait. This one is just free wheeling. There's nothing there, but it does have a stopper here at the back. Super soft tail, the normal trick shad type tail. But honestly, the lightweight of this thing is really interesting to me. How do you not want to fish that guy right there? This
blew my gourd though. This is the El Toro jerkbait. This is a 7-inch. What's really interesting is at first I thought this was going to be a standard weight transfer. I was like, oh, that's neat. And then I went like this and I was like, why isn't it going down? The weight's not going down. Watch carefully. There's a spring wound around this entire shaft. When you cast it back, it's going to bounce. You can watch it actually bounce back and forth. So you back cast it, it loads, and then it shoots forward. You're gonna get an unbelievable casting distance out of this. Also, look at the flat brush tail. I've never seen that before. Also, you just don't see a lot of 7-inch jerkbaits. I don't know what I'm catching with it, but it's gonna be a beast. We are in the north. We use flat-sided baits all of the time. This is super interesting to me. So this is the Real Giz. You have your soft tail here, which again, I did not expect on a flat-sided bait. So yes, you're gonna have 3 different hook points. They're gonna shutter this on the way up and let it fall on the way down. For us, this is a perennial cold water bait for fishing the bottom. This is also not metal. There's metal on the inside. Also, I've never seen one in a matte finish in my life. I actually think we're seeing some really cool stuff from Bill Lewis here. This is really interesting to me. I definitely want to try that one. And then this is their entrance for new bait. This is kind of a revival of an old style bait. This is the brush crank. You can see right here, they call it the brush crank. You always want to get a crankbait in the nastiest spot possible, but that also means you're getting hooked up, whether it's on grass or sticks or whatever. These fins on the side are going to help you avoid that as much as possible. Also, have the big, super wide lips. So you're going to get down, you're going to get deep into the brush pile, but now you can get a little closer and hopefully snag those fish.
Oh, look, another urchin from now Big Bite Baits. Now this is made out of stretchy material, so at least it's going to be durable. I'm really like, at this point, that's table stakes with urchins. I don't want any urchin that is not made out of stretchy material. You get your great Big Bite Baits colors with this. You're also going to get a better Big Bite Baits price point, which is always solid. Looking for these budget urchins all day. Now you got a couple other cool options out here as well. They have the Guillotine, which is a cool little pre-rigged swim bait. You've got your hook hidden in the top there. So, I mean, these things just straight up work. It doesn't matter what company they come from. If you can get it at a better price point, great. They've also got a winged fluke. Everybody is dropping these this year as well. So if you like strolling or shaking minnows, baits like this are going to be a great option. Then we move over to one that we're probably most excited about. This is a flat tube. If you guys aren't cracking tubes, you're missing out, but this gives you a different presentation. Now you can flip a tube, rig it weedless really easily, drag it across the top of the water, let it lay up on pads. You're gonna catch a ton of fish on this thing. I know for a fact I'm getting a bunch of those, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it.
13 Fishing is back, baby. We are at the Crush City / Rapala / 13 Fishing. You got a big, gigantic family of brands, but we have a big, gigantic pile of drops here. So we have the new Enzo. This is gonna be the higher end 13 Fishing drop. I've got one right here in my hands. We saw this at the new product showcase. This is their $150 entrance. You have a honestly just gorgeous looking rod. $150 right now. In 2026 would be considered a value proposition style. 13 Fishing always comes in with the custom reel seats, the quality materials, but what we love about them is they're always driving max value. This is one that until we try it, I don't know how it's gonna perform, but it looks amazing. Price point's pretty good. I wanna get this one on the boat and try it out. We got another one here though too for my budget-friendly, budget-conscious anglers here. $60 for the Defy series. And this is one of the cleanest looking rods, definitely at this price point. Dude, look at this thing. That is a freaking spaceship. The black and green turned out unbelievable. Definitely a downgrade in materials from the NV, but an upgrade in price and maybe potentially in value. You always get a ton of actions too on the 13 Fishing side. It's something I've always appreciated about them. Again, driving value, giving anglers what they're looking for at a great price point. I'm super excited to try this one out too. Now to pair with your Enzo, we have 2 different models of reels. At $90, you get the Shift. And then as an upgrade price, which is interesting to me, is $100 for the Shift spinning. One piece casted carbon on these gets you the increased stiffness and sensitivity, but helps out with the price point as well. So $100 for the spinning reel version, $90 for the casting version. Pair that up with your Enzo. That is the thought on these 2 new drops from 13 Fishing. And then we have another new drop. This is the Slate. Now this one's coming in at, I think the $80, $90 price point. A bunch of different sizes. Looks really good. This one I need to do a little more learning about, and I think we need to see this one on the water. With 13 Fishing on the reel side, seeing is one thing, but until you get on the water, you don't really know how these are gonna perform. These ones absolutely must be tested.
We got a ton of new drops here from Rapala Crush City, all sorts of different options. CEO actually won a Best of Category award as well for freshwater baits, and that is a 2-pack. I think that's why I won, TPE Urchin. But in addition to that, they dropped the new flippin' bait here, the Knuckle Bug. Love the name. We've got the Governor, the pre-rigged harnessed swim bait, which also has a weight that you can add to it, which is really cool to see. They've got some new colors and sizes of a few other baits that they offer as well. Then we got this really unique option here, the Avatar Shad. That's gonna be a great strolling bait. We're definitely gonna test this one out real soon. Let's take a closer look over at the table here. So one cool thing that you get at the Rapala booth is you always get these 3D printed models. So this is where they start and then they work their way down to the actual product itself. So this is the CEO. You got that TPE stretchy material, tons of great colors, could be super durable. They've also expanded the middle hole so that you can add whatever size hook that you want to any of these rigs. They also have a funky shape to it, which is going to control that fall. And the flat sides, I think, is a great idea. Not every urchin bait is doing that. This makes it much easier to rig, so your hooks are going to go right through where they need to go. Now, again, the cool thing about this is that you get a 2-pack in the bigger size, but you get a 3-pack in this smaller size, and that one actually has some silicone tentacles. Somebody pushed through that. I don't know if that comes with it. So you get actually the silicone tentacles coming out of this one too, some added action to it. That is really cool to see. Then we got the Avatar Shad here, which is made out of that stretchy TPE material. Look at all the gaps they have here too. So gonna have some insane action. So this part right here is gonna keep that mid joint to the back here moving like crazy. And then this is really designed to be a strolling bait. So you're gonna throw a jig head, like a bullhead jig through there. They've got their little hook ports at the top, so you can easily line that thing up and you just run this thing straight. Really cool looking bait. I'm excited to test this out. Comes in a 4-pack too. And with that TPE material, I don't know how many packs they expect to sell, because it's gonna last a long time. So I'm excited to get my hands on that. So we have the Governor here, which is our pre-rigged harness style swim bait. There's actually a screw lock at the front. This is where you can add a weight. That's a freaking brass insert. What are we doing? There's a tie-in point right at the top there. I love the Mare, which is a great little paddle tail swim bait from Crush City. So I have high hopes for this rig. It is a much stiffer material though. I wasn't quite expecting that. Who knows though, we'll get down the water, we'll definitely test that out. Then we got a new glide bait entry. This is the Strida 180. This thing looks awesome, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the little weight insert that you have on the bottom so you can adjust the way that you're able to swim this thing. I love the tail. They've actually got it cut apart, so you're gonna get a little more action out of that. On a few models, a few colors, they've actually painted the middle joint as well. All the colors they're offering are pretty solid. Classic Rapala, they are making a quality product and it's coming at a high price point. This one comes in at 60 bucks. Looks solid though. We definitely got to try that sucker out. Last up, we got the Claptail 75. So they took the Claptail that came out last year as a 110 design and they downsized it. This one definitely fits our fancy in the Midwest a lot better. I'm more excited about this one than I was about the 110, which we do have. We have tried out, haven't had much luck or success with. This thing definitely works, but I think the 75 is going to be much better for us in Michigan. So lots of really cool drops here from Crush City, from 13 Fishing, from Rapala in general, and we got a lot of things to test. Now, we love the budget drops from Fish Lab. They're bringing some just fish catchingest baits in the game at affordable price points. This is the Pro Hydroglide. So they dropped the Hydroglide last couple of years. They did a bunch of different models. Really cool little glide bait. This is the 5-inch. Now, a couple cool things about this. You're gonna get some really cool action out of this. It has some wide sweeps that you can go with it. You can chop it around. You're also gonna notice that it has these little fins on the sides. It's gonna give you some stabilization. So the nice thing about that is that you're not gonna be able to really blow this bait out. I can really just let it get in the water a little bit and just drag it. Oh, and hit everything. So I put that in the water and I can just give it a good push and it's gonna stay balanced. So cool little bait here, cool little bait there at $20. That's the price point. I mean, affordable, great action. Always seeing that from Fish Lab Baits. Love it. We're here at the G-Ratt Baits booth. They got some new drops for this year that we definitely wanted to check out. We're excited about. So obviously we got urchins. There's a gigantic freaking urchin that they just brought out as well, and a couple different sizes with that. Really cool action to it. But here's the big one, the urchin rig kit. You can see the packaging now. We actually saw this in the new product showcase. I wasn't sure if it came with everything. Can confirm, yes it does. So that pack is 20 bucks. It gets you all of these weights from 1/32 of an ounce up to 1/4 of an ounce, so you can dial it in. You get 2 single hook options, one weedless, one not weedless, and then you get a treble hook. Now, I'm assuming they might have different hook size kits, so maybe you have different size trebles, different size single wide gap hooks, but all in all, that is really cool. That is a well thought out kit that you really don't see from other brands out there. They're selling one single hook, then you got to find a weight, then you got to add a split ring, and you got to do all these crazy things. So G-Ratt said basically, yeah, what if we just gave you it all at once and you didn't have to go searching for all the parts that you need? Rigging looks really cool. Hook stays fully exposed, so the hookup ratio should be fantastic. We're definitely going to get our hands on this very soon and try it out. Oh, and it won Best Terminal Tackle, so that's something to be proud of. All right, so here's that urchin bait. Look at that freaking thing. Look at the action of this thing. That's freaking insane. So watch it fall. They've got, I don't think they have, oh, is it the lighter weight on there? Maybe a 1/32 ounce. Boom, give it a good twitch. Where we've been getting most of our bites is just kind of twitching it through the water just like that. But gives you some options. Really cool setup. Love the terminal piece. Yeah, we're gonna play around with this a lot. All right, y'all, we just got back to the Airbnb. Crazy day, tons of new rods, tons of new reels, tons of new lures. Oh my gosh, so many urchins. There's a lot of stuff to be excited about. There's also a lot of stuff that, you know, a couple head shakers there.
A little bit of meh, but there's also a whole bunch of budget options, which gets us excited. It means people are, all, you know, there's expensive stuff too, but it's cool to see companies being like, I know that you wanted this and I'm making this for you. You
I'm listening, I get it.
You don't always get that, but we got some of that this year. So that was really cool to see.
Maybe you guys saw some things that got you interested. Stay tuned because we're going to do some unboxings. We're going to do some on the water content. We're actually go out and fish these things. And then we're going to come back. We're going to review definitely the rods and the reels on Outdoor Gear Nerds. So go check out our new website if you haven't seen it, outdoorgearnerds.com. That's where we review everything. You will see the product. You will see maybe a discount code, a link to buy it if you want it. You're going to see our rating on it, a video, pros and cons, all that stuff.
There's also another new drop, and we didn't get to talk about it, and that is these shirts right here. These are our partnership with Ashigan. We got to flip around and find out with the black and blue jig getting hooked by my skeleton boy right here in the Smalley hat. And we also have the revamped Ned Rig Nerds. Look at the he's got a little
Look
chalk.
at that nerd.
Educating himself. These also come in hoodie. We have a really cool chest logo on the hoodie. It's a little bit different. Go check that one out. And then you get the big print on the back. Look, Ashigan does it better than anybody, and they were kind enough to collaborate with us on these awesome shirts. So go get you some, support them, support us, and have a freaking awesome shirt.
Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that like, ring that notification bell, and be subscribed. If you haven't seen our other ICast videos, make sure you go back to the channel and check them out because we did, I think, about 5 of them. There's a lot of content, a lot of products. So go take a look. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see you on the next one.